Today in Matt's class, we are going to talk about masculine, feminine, male, female, man, woman. So what I want to talk about today, I have I have an absolute apology, but also a disclaimer about some of the videos either that you may have seen or new videos that will be coming out in the future. And part of it is because a lot of my college courses are now online, and I've been releasing a sliver of these videos to the public for you guys to enjoy. Now, the courses that I teach range everything from painted illustration to visual storytelling, filmmaking, but a lot of these videos are for what some people call life drawing or figure illustration. And these classes, like you would see in most college situations, are 3 hours long each, twice a week. And in fact, when I went to Art Center, classes were 7 hours long. So in a situation like this where you're going over material, it's very fluid when you are talking about things like sex and gender and how to draw people that are more masculine or more feminine and going over anatomy and all that stuff. But now that I have a lot of these videos that I'm putting online, I'm kind of taking a lot of the content that I would normally have in a 3-hour class, and I'm breaking it down into bite-sized chunks ranging anywhere from 5 minutes to sometimes 45 minutes. And a lot of these videos are meant to be seen in an order, or sometimes these videos are part of a series. Of course, online, people can just cherry pick and watch the videos that they want to watch. So here's where there's kind of a gray area, or sometimes there can be a misconception that people get from watching a video. When you have a figure class, as any figure drawing teacher will tell you, you normally have a model that comes in and models for you. And depending on who comes in that day, usually you're putting together a program of things to cover based on who the model is. So you have sometimes a female model, sometimes you have a male model, and then you could go over things like drawing hands. And obviously, if you have a model come in that's a woman, you would be drawing feminine hands typically, or vice versa if you were drawing a male that came in. So there's kind of this whole, I don't know if you would call it a hierarchy or like an outline of material that you go over in class, but you've got male and you've got female, and you've got the male body and the female body. And in a figure class, you have a model that's coming in. More often than not, they are nude, and you are drawing the nude body. And so it's very clear if it's male or female. So when you have this list of things that you're covering, you have the head, you have the torso, right? So you would have the male torso and the female torso. So that's all fine and dandy. Here's where I noticed in putting a lot of these videos together, I have filmed dozens of them already, but I released a sketchbook challenge a couple weeks ago where it was a sketchbook challenge on how to draw female eyes. And I knew when I was calling it that, in the back of my head, there was something that sounded a little bit off. But again, when you're making these videos, when I'm drawing, my mind is moving, a million miles a minute anyway, plus I'm trying to talk and go over stuff at the same time. So I put this video out, and within an hour of releasing this video on YouTube, no one complained, no one said anything, but I realized, man, that sounds really strange. Female eyes? Like, it's kind of weird. I even say in the video flat out that there is no difference between male eyes and female eyes, but that there's different tricks you can do to make female eyes more feminine, and if you're drawing male eyes, different things that you can do to make them more masculine. So immediately what I did, I actually changed, I don't know if anyone was paying attention to this, but originally the thumbnail and the title of the video was Sketchbook Challenge Female Eyes, and then I switched it to feminine eyes. But the reason why that happened, again, I have this list for female and I have this list for male, but when you kind of separate it into these bite-sized chunks, it just sounds a little strange. So I asked a bunch of friends of mine, some were artists and some were just friends that I just kind of was curious what their opinion was, and I was very respectful of that. I asked a few friends, how should I be referring to this? And I got different answers from everybody. Some people said, no, you should keep it male eyes and female eyes. Some people said, no, it should be women's eyes. But then they agreed, it sounds kind of weird if it's the man's eyes, like that sounds kind of strange. And then some people said masculine and feminine, but they liked feminine, but they didn't like masculine. And then there was just all kinds of questions. Well, how does that work? If feminine eyes are wearing makeup, does that mean that any woman who's not wearing makeup automatically has masculine eyes? So there was all kinds of crazy questions, and it was all just kind of confusing. So here is the point of this video. I already have a lot of these videos that I have filmed where I'm kind of using a lot of these terms interchangeably: male, female, masculine, feminine, man, woman. And I just want you guys to know I use these terms loosely, not on purpose and kind of on purpose. I know the difference between sex and gender, and when I'm making these videos, I don't want anyone to feel excluded. I definitely want you guys to enjoy these videos. I hope you guys are enjoying them and getting a lot out of them. But it's very difficult to try to come up with the exact way that these should be phrased. And in fact, I'm curious what you guys think, and you guys should definitely be leaving me comments down below. How should I be referring to drawing some of these things with anatomy? I just want to be conscious of that. So leave me some comments down below what you think. So I apologize if you see any of these videos and if I'm phrasing something that maybe isn't completely accurate scientifically. I would like to apologize for that. Part of the confusion on my part is that in a classroom setting that's 3 hours long, I'm able to kind of talk about things and kind of move from lectures to demos to class projects that we're doing a little bit more fluidly. But in these bite-sized chunks, there's just kind of lists that I made for the videos, and then I agree with you, there's a little bit of awkwardness to how these are listed. So I'm curious what you guys think. I would love it if I could put these together in a way that's just easier for everyone to decipher, in a way that really makes sense, in a way that works for everyone. Admittedly, there is a huge spectrum between masculine and feminine. I'm not even talking about sex. I'm not even talking about sexual orientation or anything like that, but everything that we do, every move or action or reaction that we make is either leaning on the feminine side or leaning on the masculine side. You know, there are choices that you make in life where maybe you're taking like a firm stance on something, and that's considered more masculine. Or sometimes you might react to something in more of a caring way, something that shows more empathy, and a lot of people would say that's considered to be more feminine. And so it's not even necessarily an overall thing that's saying anything about your character or who you are or anything like that. But there's just kind of this push and pull to everything that we do. It's just such a big spectrum in every way that we slice it. So please understand when I use some of these terms interchangeably, it's not me putting my foot down saying this is how it is or anything like that. I'm just trying to do my best to share the juice that I have with you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. I have a bunch of new ones that are on the way that I know you guys are going to love. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. I would like to have a little bit more concrete finality into how I should be labeling these videos. What do you guys think?